Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? You've got questions, we've got answers. Welcome to the show, It's Gonna Be Great, featuring Matt and Jen from HomeTeam4u. And now, without further ado, it's Matt and Jen.
Hi, Matt.
All right.
I'm not Jen, I'm Matt.
Still, yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We have an exciting show today. Our in-studio team member today is Ben Ryde. How's things going, Ben?
Going pretty good, Jen. Always a pleasure to be here, and looking forward to today's podcast.
So I hear that you've been doing some stuff in the real estate market for yourself, huh?
Yeah, we've been looking, and we got lucky. About a month ago, we got an accepted offer on a place in Sun Prairie, so we're pretty excited. Everything stays on track. We close in a couple of weeks, so we're really happy.
You all packed up yet?
Well, we're working on it. It's a long process, as you know.
Yes. So we also like to welcome our out-of-studio guest, Mr. Robert Ryde, with with William Ryan Homes.
How you guys doing?
Good. If anybody's guessing, yes, they are related.
It's an eerily similar name, right?
What are the odds?
Strange.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
And to confuse things, what's your middle name?
It's Robert Benjamin Ryde. Junior.
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 And you are the third, correct?
Ish.
Yes, the third Robert. Yep. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on today. I'm excited.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, just to start?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, my name's Robert. Robert Ryde. I'm the son of that guy over there. So, Mr. Ben Ryde in studio. And I've been with William Ryan Homes and in real estate actually for about almost 6 years here. So pretty exciting. Been with William Ryan for a while. This Madison market is absolutely bonkers, for the last 5-6 years. So really, once I got started, it's kind of been just an awesome learning experience. And we're blessed to have this amazing market here in Madison. So it's been fun. So
what's going on over at your place right now?
So I'm over in our Fitchburg community. We actually have 3 communities that we build in, Sun Prairie, DeForest, and Fitchburg. So I manage our Fitchburg community called Stoner Prairie. It's an awesome little spot with Verona schools, right by a bunch of bike paths and all that cool stuff. But it's really exciting today because it's so beautiful outside. I was driving through this morning, and a lot of our customers who moved in the springtime, winter time, are getting their fully sodded yard and landscaping package that we include. So it's pretty excited. Cool. Yep.
So the question,
it's always wild, the community really takes a big shift. It just looks like picture storybook, once those beautiful green yards go in. So that's always cool for me to see.
So from a previous podcast, sod or seed or both?
We do full sod,
full
side back.
It's a lot more comfy on your feet with that sod. We were talking about that in a previous podcast, that sometimes it's kind of crunchy when it's the seeds, but gardener people really like the seeds, so who knows?
It's a little give and take. We've definitely had customers, have kind of that preference, but in just the generality, we feel that folks really love just how consistent that sod looks. A lot of builders too might only do like sod in the front area and then transition to seed on the sides and back. And we've heard a lot of folks just say they ultimately didn't want that because you can see those like transition lines for a while. So they tell us they love that full sod. And it comes with a little landscaping package here in Stoner Prairie too. So you get a couple trees, bushes, a mulch ring around the home, all included in the base price, which is awesome.
So they get to pick out their own plants and trees?
So actually it's drawn up specifically from our landscaper for each home site. There's not a ton of say on the customer side, but if you have recommendations or specifics, we definitely can pass those along to the landscaper. Usually it's pretty darn easy.
I suppose then it creates some variety in what the homes look like from the street side.
Exactly. That's one cool thing about my community, Stoner Prairie here, is that it's developed and majorly built in by William Ryan Homes, but there is the presence of a couple high-end full custom homes in there from other builders too. So you really get that like non-cookie cutter look in the community, tons of architectural diversity. But the really beautiful thing that our customers love is that our homes in this community are going to start right at $460,000, kind of max out in the 700s right now, whereas those customs really kind of start where our max is and then go even over $1 million in the same community. So there's a ton of value, diversity too, which is really cool.
So what's behind you? I see the overrange hood.
Yeah, it's our beautiful chef's kitchen.
Is that the pantry behind you?
Yep. Yeah, let me see if I can get you guys a little sneak peek. But yeah, this is, we're in our Sheridan 2 model right now, so it's one of our most popular. We've got this beautiful morning room extension, kind of almost a 4-season porch coming off this beautiful kitchen. And look at that island. I don't know if you can see that, but
you can see all the fake food on the island.
Sound effects.
So
yeah,
gas,
a lot of cool things to get some good prep space.
Gas or electric stoves?
We include gas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like a detached.
Customers really like that too.
Detached stove, separate from the cooktop.
Yep, absolutely. You got that combo double wall ovens, where that top one's also that combo microwave, which is really a cool little feature too.
Did you say the microwave is attached to the combo oven?
Yeah, the top one is a combo microwave convection, and then the bottom one is that standard oven, and then you have that big 36-inch gas cooktop.
It's crazy.
Right over there.
Fancy.
Yeah. Speakers in the ceiling, I see those.
Oh yeah, I had to turn those babies down for our podcast, but yeah, I have.
You were rocking out.
I was rocking out to smooth instrumental jazz.
Nice.
But it is nice, and it just creates a great ambiance. Actually, our homes all come standard with smart home features, so most of our customers are doing their own speaker setups once they move in, and you're able to all run it off the central app too. So it's a lot of cool little features with new homes nowadays.
So are those speakers actually smart speakers, or are they wired in to somewhere in the house?
These ones are actually wired in. So we had built this model about 5 years ago, right when we were honestly kind of getting into that smart home stuff. But nowadays with my customers and the inclusions that we have, I'll see them every now and then doing like a built-in or something like that. But with the prevalence of like Sonos speakers now and how great those are and how flexible they are, a lot of my customers are just saying, hey, we're not building it in. We're just using those Sonos and running it all off the app so that we can really get creative with it and move it around too.
Sonos have, I think Sonos might have actually in ceiling or in wall speakers, don't they?
Yep, absolutely. That's what these ones are. So these are hooked up where I can run that Sonos off of them.
That's crazy.
Any other features there, Bob, that kind of make William Ryan Homes stand out from the others?
I'd say one of our biggest features is actually our basement systems. I could take you down, but you might lose reception. But long story short, we are the only builder that Superior Walls Foundation works with. It's a precast, pre-studded, pre-drilled foundation system that's also insulated on the inside. So it's really just almost like a plug-and-play system for our customers. If they're not finishing the basement on the front end, you can literally hang drywall up right on the studs that are included with the foundation system. So it's a really cool, I'd say, unique aspect of William Ryan Homes. And it gives our customers, too, a lot of flexibility where now they don't have to invest in framing out the whole basement if they wanted to finish that space. It's pretty cool.
What other smart features are included in, or that you had mentioned the smart speakers, or what else smart features are part of your houses? What other options?
Yeah, so in the base package, we include the stuff that nearly everyone's going to want to utilize, Wi-Fi garage door opener, video doorbell, the central Claire system where you can, run those Sonos speakers and things like that off of. But we do have a lot of cool packages that you can kind of enhance as well with like security wiring and a lot of stuff like that, or even entertainment with speakers and stuff. So it's a pretty robust smart home package and some really cool options too for our customers.
Sure. Jen loves it when I turn on and off the lights with my phone.
Yep. Yeah. Even like the Wi-Fi thermostat, it's, just little conveniences that are so nice. Like I said, you can just be chilling on the couch and be like, oh, it's a little bright in here. I want to turn it down and not move a single muscle. And you can do that.
Our kids have learned to talk to Alexa to tell it to turn on and off the lights and that kind of thing. Turn the temperature up 2 degrees.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
and honestly, the video doorbell and that Wi-Fi door opener too are just so convenient for just how folks live nowadays. Getting packages, kiddos coming home from school. You want to kind of have that layer of security, that layer of, I still know what's kind of going on in my home, even if I am away. I think that's a really cool feature.
I just want to know when they leave. I don't care when they come back.
That works too.
Yeah. Matt, with his smart features, he will be talking to it, and if it disobeys or is disrespectful, he does get a little upset. Sometimes ours is a little sassy.
Oh yeah, I think you can tune the sass. I think there's an option for it. You know, like
Jen's definitely turned it up.
Yeah, well, like when he'll say turn on bedroom light, and it like turns on the light out in the living room or something, and he's just like, "Arr!" But
oh yeah, it's just messing with you at that point.
Yeah.
21st century problems.
I know all of the things, and I just sit there kind of giggling to myself right by the switch that I can just press. But but no, Matt has to sit there and yell at the smart stuff.
I'm on Team Matt.
Thank you.
I want to be able to just yell at
That's
my
right.
house and make it do things.
It is nice, and the majority of the time it works, but it's so funny when it doesn't. Sorry.
Well, the problem isn't necessarily it doesn't listen. The problem sometimes is I say Siri instead of Alexa.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I do
That's
that
a first
user
world
error
problem.
quite often, too.
We forget which friend we're talking to.
Yep. Alexa, no, Siri, why aren't you listening to me?
Yeah.
No, that's why.
That's the problem.
Yep, for sure. So in your neighborhood, do you currently have like a lot of lots, or how does that work?
Lots.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
lots.
lots.
A lot of lots. Well, actually, the timing of this episode is perfect because we did just release some brand new home sites from our third and final phase.
Oh, cool.
So we just started opening it. It's kind of pushing a little further south in the community towards Lacey Road, if you're familiar with the location at all.
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing is right now, I think we released 7 or 8 of them, and they're getting scooped up pretty fast nowadays. So I think we're down to our last 3 home sites, and then we do have 1 quick move-in home that we're also currently building. The quick move-in is actually our parade entry, so that one's going to be ready in like a month or so. So that'll be pretty exciting. It's absolutely beautiful home. One of our Jericho 2 floor plans is going to be 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath. Crazy open 2-story entryway. A lot of just beautiful features on that one. That quick move-in is going to be priced right around that $780 range right now. However, our building opportunities are going to start where our building opportunities start for floor plans. So $460 up to those 7s. And timeline-wise, with just how crazy the market is right now, we are a little longer than like a normal chill market. Usually we're at about like 6-7 months, but right now with just how busy we are, we're at about 9 to 10 months for the overall process of building, from the day you sign to the day that you'd move in.
What are they kicking you out of there?
They're gonna have to pull me out of this thing. I love this model home. They're gonna have to drag me out kicking and screaming. So we'll probably keep this model home until the 3rd phase is close to done, and then we'll be finished with Stoner Prairie. That'll probably be in a year or 2, and then this is the last piece that we'll usually sell in the community. I think this one right now would sit at right around that 700 mark, but as you can see, it's got so much value built into it. Absolutely beautiful home. I'll be eager to list this one, that's for sure.
When's the next, or where's the next phase after Stoner Prairie?
So they have their sights on new developments. Nothing official yet, or at least nothing in my pay grade that's been let know of me yet. But I know we're always looking for those new land opportunities. Specifically, once Stoner Prairie is done in the next couple of years here, they're going to be wanting some sort of like central or west presence.
Sure.
Just because right now we're kind of only in that east market other than Stoner Prairie, so Sun Prairie and DeForest. So I know they've been looking, but that's the thing right now is that land is just going up and up and up. So time is of the essence, and
Right.
We're always looking.
So how did COVID affect things for you guys?
It's actually kind of wild, I think, and I'll be curious to hear from your guys' perspective as well, but right when, kind of the March timeframe of 2020 hit, there was a little bit of a lull where there was just, honestly, I think folks didn't really know what was going on or what to expect. But that's the thing with housing is it's one of those things that folks need, a lot of times, even though there is other stuff going on, it's one of those items that you need to purchase if you need it. So we saw a little lull once that COVID kind of started, but really that pressure built up really quickly on the buyer side. And we've just been seeing extremely busy really ever since a couple months after that like March timeframe. So it lulled down a little bit, but then it really picked back up and probably even got a little more than before.
Right.
How about you guys?
Same thing. We didn't have much of a lull at all. I mean, it was a blip really and then it just took off again.
Well, there was the blip when nobody wanted to come out of their house because they were just like, don't leave your home. And then once we could be safe and we all had a plan, it was like, okay, we got this.
It's kind of nice as of today not having to wear masks.
Oh, yeah.
That is nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember, did you get a text message last year? I remember I was walking outside and I got a text message from like some alert service and they were like, go inside now, hide. It's like,
yeah, because it was like 2 weeks or something that we were supposed to just like
lock down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not go anywhere.
Longer than 2 weeks, but
I remember leaving here and going to the grocery store and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Like no breads, no meats, no milk. And I called Jen and I said,
toilet
we're out of
paper.
here. Yeah, no, toilet paper was still around then. But it was just, I'm like, we're out of here.
Yeah, because didn't they initially just say, like, tell us it was like a couple weeks, and then it was like, just kidding. Don't stay in there for longer.
I think that I remember Mike Pence came out with like a 14-day plan, like
that's my 14 days.
It was something, I
hung on to that.
Like he had a sign. He's like, just hold on for like 14 days and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's my Mike Pence impersonation.
That was horrible.
Thank you.
If only.
It just didn't last so long.
Yeah. Well, it's been really busy with real estate.
Yeah. So, Robert, how does it work? The general real estate market's been pretty tough, as we've described, and we are seeing a number of people moving towards new construction. If an agent has a buyer that might be interested in building with William Ryan Homes, kind of how does the process work? Could you explain that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So a great first step is to reach out to the sales rep right online. Whoever's managing that community, you'll see phone numbers right on that community page. You'll set up an appointment, just kind of let us know a little bit about you, your client, what they're searching for, just kind of set that stage. And we have William Ryan Homes pays a full 2% co-op with actually for each calendar year. Every additional sale that you get bumped a quarter point. So at 0.25 for each sale as well. So you kind of continue to ratchet up for multiple William Ryan Home customers in the same year. But just reach out. We'll send you a guest registration and a broker registration. You just fill out some details about who your clients are and just saying that they're working with you before that first visit. We make sure to get them notated on that guest registration card, and then you are registered with that client for 90 days. And usually right now we're seeing those, like, I guess you'd call them cycle times from when like a customer comes in to meet to when they purchase. Right now, with just how the market is, we're seeing that 90 days be totally sufficient. Most folks are meeting and purchasing, honestly, within a couple weeks right now, just with how busy it is. But obviously, if that 90 days would lapse, you can always just reach out again and re-register. But we're pretty darn easy to work with. The big thing with William Ryan is you just want to make sure to register your client with you before that first visit. That's really the only thing. But once we get you registered on there, you have that procuring cause, you're good to go. And it's always nice to have that extra set of eyes from the buyer agent as well to kind of, help the customer through their selections process or help them with any questions they would have through the process too.
Could you tell us about William Ryan, the builder, and how they started and where they're from and how that all began?
Yeah, so William Ryan, we call him Bill. So Bill is actually a third generation home builder. His family has been really involved with custom home building. Bill really wanted to do things a little differently, and that's where William Ryan Homes, we're not a custom home builder, we're what's called a personalized production builder. So we build more homes than like a small custom that does a handful of them. We do about 100 homes a year in this area here. The difference, however, is that we wanted to make that traditional move-up product where you had to go into that custom world and deal with a lot of those uncertainties that custom processes have. We wanted that to be accessible and really, I guess, dialed in, you could call it. So Bill was really determined to kind of do things differently by making his builder, William Ryan Homes, 100% turnkey. So our customers are able to identify kind of that purchase price upfront, make their selections, and really build with confidence, not worrying about price or some of those crazy assurances that you can't have with that custom process. So he actually started in that Chicago area. He went to college in Marquette. So then that Milwaukee area started to get on his radar immediately. And from there, just kind of grew to the markets that were really needing what he was providing. So like we moved to this Madison market in Milwaukee. They had that Chicago division. And then they also build in Phoenix and also Tampa. So there's a couple key markets throughout the United States where that turnkey kind of move up home is really popular.
So what do you guys have for it? Do you do specials? I have a little note here about fast cash. Is that something?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do a number of programs. I kind of briefly mentioned the Realtor Rewards as well. So for every additional sale, you get that quarter point on the commission. But fast cash is also pretty nice. So we have a program where once the buyer delivers all of their, obligations, so a 10% down payment and that mortgage commitment, and they made their selections, that kind of checks off the boxes that they're good to go and we're set with that building process. Once those are fulfilled, agent can actually request fast cash, which is a half of the commission payment up front. That's one of the things with building that we understand from an agent's point of view is like, sweet, we got them building a beautiful home. Now we just got to wait 9-10 months for that paycheck to come. So we understand that that's a longer time frame because closing is ultimately when the agents get paid out. So with that fast cash, it lets them get half that commission much quicker than waiting all the way till the end.
So my next question is for both of you, Ben and Robert. What do you guys talk about at holidays?
Not real estate. It usually circles back to real estate, though. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, coming from a real estate family myself, I know we do end up talking about real estate sometimes. And now my sister is licensed as well, but for a while she was just like, "Are you still talking?"
I hear all I'm in builder world over here, so right now, especially in the Madison market, if you're able to build and you find a location that you like and the price point, it's going to be a little more than a resale home, but you're getting that fully warranted product, and those prices are getting closer and closer right now. So Absolutely. A lot of folks are making that jump to building, and it is a little bit more of a easy going process for sure. There's not my customers aren't writing any offers on their lot. They're not getting rejected a bunch of times. So right now, that's what those conversations are too, is, telling me about kind of how that general real estate world is as well. Cause I don't have a ton of day-to-day interaction with the resale world.
So you're in a happy bubble.
I'm in a little bubble here. Yep. Little William Ryan home bubble. So yeah, that's what I always say with building, you're obviously going to pay a little bit more for that new car versus that used car. But that's crazy thing with this Madison market right now is those prices of those used is ratcheting up and up and up. And new construction is going that same way, but there's a lag and it's not going to be a direct one-to-one correlation. So right now they're getting close. And a lot of people I'm talking to are just saying, hey, we started looking at, resale homes, but we determined, hey, we could spend 5% more and get something brand new that has everything we want, and it has a nice little warranty and a little peace of mind. So that's what we're seeing a lot nowadays too.
And the new home smell.
Mm-hmm. How does
the new home smell?
Robert, how does that work for warranties? What exactly is included when you get a warranty with a new home with William Ryan?
Yeah, so we do the 1 year kind of bumper to bumper coverage that you're going to get with any builder, but we really extend upon that. So 1 year, we have actually 2 warranty periods within that first year. One is called a 60-day tune-up, and then one is called an 11-month final punch. After that, we extend all the mechanicals of the home to a 2-year warranty. So that's like HVAC, plumbing, electrical, all that good stuff. And then the biggest one is that transferable 10-year structural warranty that we provide. That's kind of from the William Ryan Homes standpoint. So it's called our 1-2-10 warranty. But in addition, with a new home, we got all those new products that also have manufacturer warranties, and our basement system, that Superior Walls, that has a 15-year dry basement guarantee. So you can see there's just a lot of kind of peace of mind and assurance with that new home where you don't have to worry so much about the dreaded money pit, where you get in there and the roof has to get fixed and the furnace and all that. A little more peace of mind in the investment for sure.
What are the warranties for like the appliances? Are they typically 3-year, 1 to 3 years?
For appliances are 2 for us. 2. We use GE appliances in all of our homes. Yeah.
And then folks just kind of get allowances and they get to pick, and if they want to go over their allowances, they pay the difference. Is that how that works?
So actually, we're a little different in that we actually truly don't have any allowances. Everything operates on we have a kind of a base product that we include in that purchase price. And then if you wanted to upgrade any of those finishes, you'll just see a simple line item price for that and kind of build it out in that regard. I'd say the one really nice thing about our process as well is that with being that full turnkey setup and kind of a one-stop shop, we also have our central selection center right in Gunna. It's right on Gunna Drive, actually. So all of our customers within the first 2 weeks actually go there, meet with our selections coordinator, and that's the fun part, picking all the countertops, cabinets, floor, colors of everything, coordinating the whole effort. But the beauty of it is that unlike those custom processes, it's done after that. Our customers then get to go back and live their normal lives while we kind of take over from the build. We got all your orders, we got all your selections, let's rock and roll. It's not the kind of effect where you will see with other builders where as you go throughout the process, they send you to different showrooms, and then that's where those allowances kind of come in. And it seems like a big math problem that no one really wants to tackle. With us, it's really straightforward. And the beauty of it is that once you're done with that selections appointment, your price will not change unless for some reason you wanted to change it by adding something. So it's really set up for once you sign that agreement, your base price is locked in. And even if we get price increases, which is very, very likely, you're not affected. So I think that's really the coolest thing with our process is that once our customers decide to build with us and take that leap, their investment is in a sense protected from any increases throughout the process.
What's the one item people usually upgrade?
Are we talking like structural or like
everything?
designy?
What do you see most of the time?
So one of our bigger structural options, I would say, is this morning room. So I'll kind of flip around so you can see it. But really this beautiful 12 by 15 extension, kind of a 4-season room that comes off that kitchen space. Mm-hmm. That's probably our most popular structural option, I would say. And then in terms of design items.
Is it appliances? Is it
That's
flooring?
A tough one, actually. I'd say probably the most common or very popular would be different fireplace options. So we include a fireplace in Stoner Prairie, a really nice gas direct vent fireplace. What we include is really a timeless kind of white painted mantle, but we have some cool options with stone and little brick inlays. So people get pretty creative with that stuff sometimes.
What do you have in the model there?
We have the stone facing. Let me see if I can
we
show
gotta
this
see it
to
now.
you guys.
Teasing us.
I'm going to take you guys on a field trip.
Sweet.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little stone fireplace. You can do it all the way up to the ceiling, and there's a lot of cool stuff. But the kitchen is also one of those spaces where, people are putting a substantial amount if they are going to upgrade anything, kitchen, master bath, kind of those big important spaces are.
What does the sink look like? Oh, what's that? What's that over your shoulder?
Matt's getting excited.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? A wine cooler?
All right, so we got a beverage center in the island.
Beverage center.
Beverage
That's the
center.
That's the fancy thing. It's beverage center.
Yes.
Now this is a farmhouse sink that we added on this one. So really beautiful single basin.
I kind of like those.
We also have options for those composite sinks, those like granite ones.
Yeah,
I love those too.
So the granite sinks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Come on. So the sink itself is granite?
It's like a granite composite. It's not like a granite countertop that you would think, but it is super durable.
I want to see the beverage center.
I prefer it over farmhouse just because I drink a lot of coffee and it's really good, accurate with coffee on a farmhouse porcelain sink so you don't get it all dirty.
Let me see the, where's the beverage center again? Let me see that.
All right, let me see.
You gotta pop the beverage center.
Is there anything in the beverage center?
Let's see.
I got some wine down there.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Who makes that? What brand is that?
Okay, all right, Matt.
I'm going to be remodeling our house, so I want to know exactly what I'm putting in it.
We do all GE. So we do all GE in our homes. And then here's a little better view of that morning room. Not sure if you guys can kind of see that.
Yep.
See if I can.
I like the light fixture.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful extension.
Nice little vault, kind of.
Yep, they did some enhanced kind of trim on this model home, which is really cool with some beadboard and some trim beams up there. But yeah, tons of natural light in that addition. That's probably one of our most popular structural options, I would say.
So are you still seeing people wanting white cabinets and gray walls and hardwood, or are there any changes with what people are starting to want to have their houses look like inside?
We are seeing a little bit of a design shift. Not as many whites and grays.
More oak?
But a little more like natural, like wood
tan?
stains, but it's not like fully shifted. We still have a ton of folks who love kind of that white or the two-tone look, maybe with like a different color island and the white outside cabinets. But the nice thing is we have options for all of it. So really whatever kind of motif you're looking for, whether it be, we have tons of options even in the included finishes. So you don't even have to upgrade a single dollar to play around with some of that stuff. But I'd say it's shifting back a little bit. For a while, it was like every single kitchen was pretty much white for about a year or so. But now we're definitely seeing a couple of our styles kind of come into play. It's kind of funny how that stuff changes, isn't it?
Told you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait long enough, shag will come back.
Actually, I had a stager recommend shag in a room.
Hey.
So
I don't think we don't have any shag options, but we do have really cool. Yeah. But we do have really cool like patterned carpets that we recently got to. It's so fun to see in the selection studio how those trends shift. And that's a big thing with us too, is giving our customers those options and those choices without making it, paralysis by analysis. So that's one thing that I think William Ryan Homes does a great job at, is making it a really easy process where the customer has the assurances that they normally wouldn't, with, guaranteed price and things like that. But still giving them options, to personalize the home and make it special to them, without being like, hey, here's 2 choices, pick one. It's actually a pretty involved selection center. So that's nice too. And then I get to see all the different iterations of our various floor plans, and it's crazy. We have 8 different floor plans that we build out here in Stoner Prairie, but with the structural options and all those design options, each one feels like totally unique. It's pretty wild.
What's your favorite floor plan?
Probably
the one you're sitting in.
The one in actually, yeah. So it's between this one. This is our Sheridan 2 plan, or actually the Parade home that we're building is called a Jericho 2, and it's the one step up in terms of size from this. But that one's also beautiful. That one's about 3,500 square feet versus this one's about 3,000. So it's a little bigger, but it's got some crazy features that are kind of unique in that every room upstairs has a walk-in closet, which is kind of crazy. It has this ginormous entryway that you can keep open, or you can close it off, make it a little more usable with a loft. So just a lot of fun options when you're building with William Ryan. I almost say it's like if you ever played The Sims, it's kind of like that in real life. It's a very easy process. And it really, traditionally those move up homes that you had to get into these crazy in-depth custom processes, now you can do with us, and it's really nice and easy.
Very good. Well, we learned a lot.
I think I want to buy.
You already did, Ben.
Too late.
Oh, maybe next year, Bob.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, we're huge just with full disclosure, and we love to share what we have. So if any of your agents ever want information, or even just to come hang out, kick it, and walk around a couple homes to see it in person, personally, that's how I learn the best. And that's the biggest, quality distinguisher for me, is seeing things in person. So we'd love to have your agents come out. Always definitely keep us in mind.
Just make sure that beverage center is full.
Stock. Yep. I think I even got some Fantasy Factory in the fridge, So.
What?
All right, we got to do a fridge raid now.
Yeah, I was going to say, open up the fridge. What's inside the fridge?
All right, now I don't know if I actually have some in there.
You're like, we will not be going over to the fridge
Not
today.
But yes, it's a cool little spot we have over here, and thank you guys again for having me on and let me share a little more about it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so we learned some good stuff.
Yes, William Ryan, quite a nice builder.
Yeah. The I really do like that room off of the kitchen, because it tends to be when you are hanging with your family or people are over, you end up kind of in the kitchen and the food is there. And if you can just kind of have an extra place to hang, it's kind of nice.
It's really a nice feature on that one house that he was showing us. Nice and sunny, a lot of sunshine. Just a nice addition.
It's nice to see all the different trends, how things have changed over time.
Yeah, when we bought, what was it, our third house, we had white scalloped carpet in it, and it was all the rage. That was like in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Later 90s. And when he said scalloped, I was like, it's back. Or like textured carpet like that.
Mm-hmm. And I think if we ever remodel, we're going to go through some of these houses and just get ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that carpet from that house ended up at your dad's barn.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gone now.
It's probably gone now. Had to get shoveled out, but yeah.
I remember removing it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the big barn clean out of last year.
2 years.
2 years? Oh, that's right.
Last
2
year's
years.
COVID.
Yes, you forget.
It's pre-COVID.
We forget a whole year because we stayed in the house.
Exactly.
Didn't get to see anybody. Oh, boy. All right, what are we going to be talking about here, Jacob?
Well, we got a couple topics, but, I did want to say one thing about William Ryan, because I actually toured some of their houses recently. Mm-hmm. Their Supreme walls are pretty cool. It sounds boring.
That's why they're Supreme walls.
They're supreme.
Not average walls.
They are supreme, but they...
you need to flex when you say it.
Supreme. I'm flexing below the frame of the camera. Yeah. But what's cool about those walls in the basement is that the beams are like, and the wall and the insulation are all one single unit. So in the future, if you want to finish your basement, like your 2x4s or whatever, it's already framed up because it's part of the foundation. And the walls have little holes in them. So like wiring, putting setting up your wires is like cake. You don't have to spend a lot of money when it comes time to upgrade, because it's basically just slap drywall on it and some wires and it's done. So I thought that was a pretty slick way they set up their basements. Yeah. And just wanted to throw that out there because I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
But in other news, where's my clicker?
I just see it's all over the screen.
Yeah, it was just kind of spazzing out all over your face.
It was
a
fly.
So I found an interesting article. I don't know if you guys are aware, but it is National Home Ownership Month.
Mm. That's a good month.
You know what this Friday is?
It's probably National... Oh, wait. No, is that the cat one?
No. It's National Donut Month.
All right. Donuts. Yes.
Donut Day. National Donut Day.
Cornstead men like donuts a lot.
What you talking about?
Well, seeing as this is a real estate podcast, I thought we would focus on the home ownership month.
Okay.
Where we celebrate a whole month about home ownership. We might even go a whole year celebrating home ownership.
At least 10 months. Do
you guys have access to that, the document I sent you, so that I don't have to read it? But it's, we found 6 benefits of being a homeowner, and I thought it'd be a good idea to just kind of remind people who are shopping and feeling a little despair about, should I buy a home now or should I wait? Maybe these tips here will kind of motivate you to keep on trucking and trying to land something.
All right.
Is that the one that starts with civic participation?
Yes.
All right. Civic participation. Owning a home is owning a part of your neighborhood. Homeowners have a stronger connection to their neighborhoods and are more committed to volunteer work and other ways to get involved. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To think about it. I mean, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, especially with neighbors, like living in an apartment, they move in and out so fast. You don't really want to get it. I mean, you want to get to know them, but really, like they're going to be gone by the time you actually make friends with them. But if you get a home, like they're there for a minute, good part of your life,
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, pride of ownership.
You got to read the rest.
I was waiting for feedback from you. Is that one of the things that drove you to look for a new home?
Pride of ownership? Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted a home. I always thought it'd be cool. And when I have actually own a physical house, I'll be quite proud of it, I would imagine. With an apartment, you can't really invest into it. You don't want to do too much to pimp out your apartment because you got to tear it all down eventually. But at home, it's just like a constant, let's let's do this. Let's do this. Like, it's my creation. You spend a long time perfecting, maybe, or letting it fall apart. I don't know what your style is.
Was number 3 safe space important for you to have a house? I'm asking you.
These are all going back to me. I'm not a homeowner, but
you decided to make that, pull the plug and rip the Band-Aid off. And
so it's interesting. My wife and I have had debates about this. I'm like, homes are very safe. Being in the neighborhood, being in a suburb, like.
So what was the debate?
She watches too many horror films. And too many people get murdered in houses.
We're also going to get murdered.
They get murdered in apartments too. Let's be real.
Yeah, but there's too many home horror things that she's always like, because they could come in the back door or the front door, and I'm like, it's not. You're all right. It's gonna be fine, and you're probably way safer in your home. And I personally feel safer in a home. I mean, when I grew up, we never locked our doors ever. Like this, we just trusted the neighborhood. It wasn't a big deal. Now we're in apartments. It's just, we got the auto lock feature on. After 5 minutes, always locked. And
when I first went out to Matt's parents' house, when we first started dating, I was from Madison. I went out there, I locked the car doors, and he's in the middle of a woods where his parents' house is. And he came out and he went on my door and he's like, what are you doing? Locking your doors. I'm like, I'm just trained to lock my doors. He's like, you don't lock your doors in the middle of the woods.
To the house I don't think they have keys to the house anymore.
Where do they live?
What's your address?
I don't have one yet.
So for you, was it more of a financial investment, or was it the top 3 I just read?
Probably financial, honestly.
Well, Ben, I can ask you these questions too.
Yeah,
sure.
Ben's a homeowner.
Yeah, you're going to be a new homeowner in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I should say not new.
So talk to us.
Homeowner.
Is it for civic participation, pride of ownership, or a safe space, or all of the above?
I think it's all of the above. It's just nothing like being a homeowner, owning a little piece of the American pie and
paying some taxes.
Yeah, there's tax benefits, and nice to be, investing in yourself instead of the landlord. So yeah, definitely a lot of benefits to home ownership.
So there's a different category. It says financial benefits, forced savings.
Mm-hmm. So
forces you to make your payment.
Yeah, but owning a home, if you read more, it says owning a home builds equity. Your equity grows with each payment you make towards your mortgage. Yep. This form of forced saving can be used down the road to help you accomplish your biggest financial goals. And that's huge.
Huge.
It is. I mean, even in, single family homes, investment property, all of these things, real estate equity, if you hold it long enough, it definitely will help make your life more comfortable. Yeah,
it's a good wealth builder.
Goes into number 2, appreciation.
Mm-hmm. So owning a home is making an investment that steadily gains value. And experts, expert project home values?
Experts project.
Oh, experts project home values will continue to rise in the years to come. So I see that as a win.
Yeah.
Winning.
Buy a house today, sell it tomorrow for more.
Yeah, for real.
The last one's stability.
Mm-hmm. Owning a home means having better control over your future home payments, because if you have a fixed rate, will your payment change?
Nope.
No. The only thing that might change might be your tax escrows, but besides that, your payment's going to stay the same. So you have it locked in for, 30 years or whatever you lock it in, which is fabulous, because like all the properties that we bought, like as investments in the late 90s, early 2000s, they're just locked in.
Lock and load.
Yep. It's good.
Are you doing a 30 or a 15 year?
I want a big house. I'm doing 30.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dave Ramsey, if you're listening.
What you should do is do the, you can add an extra, whatever that amount is that you're comfortable with, to each monthly payment. Just pay that on principal. You know what I'm saying? So
I've thought of that, but you know what my response is, right? Knowing me.
You're going to spend it on Monster drinks.
Not Monster. You know how I'm
Bitcoin.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna trickle in and pay those minimum mortgage payments, and if I have any spare cash for investments, it's going straight into crypto, because that's gonna appreciate so much faster than anything else.
Wasn't there a dip recently?
Sure was. Buy more.
By now.
It's like crack.
Oh my God, it's probably worse. I haven't tried crack yet.
This might be a different.
Probably worse.
We all haven't tried. Well, at least some of us haven't tried crack
Are you
that
a
I know of.
Bitcoin buyer, Jacob, or do you do other cryptocurrencies?
I do other cryptos as well, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are my main two that they're the most reliable, predictable, even though they're super volatile, but they're the future.
This would have been a different podcast because Ben does investing in the stock
totally
market.
into investing.
And you're doing Bitcoin.
Yeah, Robert, my son's a big Bitcoin cryptocurrency.
Oh, we could have talked about that
investor
too.
So, yeah,
It's been
Get
a
it
3
back
hour,
on.
been a
you
3 hour
talk your ear
podcast.
off on that one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah,
Are you familiar with any of it?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't really dabble with the currencies, cryptocurrencies too much, but I've watched them. Just especially Bitcoin, amazing what that thing's done. You know, I think about a year ago you could have bought it for like $6,000 for a coin, and wasn't too long ago. What, 45,000?
60.
60.
Oh, was it up to 60?
Yeah, got a little over 60.
Oh my gosh!
I think 62 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll stick to real estate.
Yeah.
I know that you're way into investing. You've got a whole investing center, and
Yeah, I do like to. I've traded stocks. I've traded options, and now I trade futures. So they're kind of like bundled stocks. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Get a chance to watch the market every day. What it does, goes up, it goes down. It's been pretty volatile.
What do you feel about meme stocks like GameStop or AMC?
Some of those different penny stocks and
No, they're not penny
The
stocks.
GameStop.
Have you heard of
GameStop?
Yep, GameStop. I remember that one had quite a big splash here a couple of months ago, actually, wasn't it? I'm not quite sure on all of how that went down, but it was made the news. It was an interesting story.
Yeah, AMC's doing that now too. So basically what's happening is these people on the internet are getting together, and they're saying they see hedge funds doing short sells and plummeting down these prices, and so then they're coming back and buying it all at once and
driving up the price.
Yeah, doing a short squeeze and just spiking it and screwing over all the hedge funds. Yeah, screwing over the man.
Yeah.
Just launching these prices up. I just think it's fascinating. I don't know why that's happening now, if it's a product of are we in like a bubble state where like these types of spikes can happen, or if it's just this new power dynamic with social media. But
Well, things go up and down.
Yeah, but these are going up and down a lot, and it has nothing to do with the value of the companies, and it's just people on the internet.
So what does that tell you when what you just said? Doesn't have anything to do with the value of the company.
Well, I know. What I'm saying is it's just fascinating that these giant company stock prices can be, I guess, manipulated in a way through people getting together on the internet and just causing the price to skyrocket.
So we should make HomeTeam4u a publicly traded company.
Okay, get on it. I'm all about it.
We'll make our own Bitcoin with an H on it. HT4U Bitcoin.
We can just keep talking about stocks. I don't mind that.
I know.
Except Jen and I know nothing about stocks, so you're on your own.
Well, no, Ben's with me.
And yeah.
Bye.
So was Mark going to be joining us, or was that a different session? Mark Keating, did you say?
Oh, I invited Mark to join us if he wanted to.
Oh, I see.
I just left the invitation open.
Oh, I see.
And he would have hopped on at the same time as us, but
okay.
it was a hit or miss. I wasn't sure if he's going to join us.
Yep.
It's
So the last little section here on the sheet is why waiting for a home can cost you thousands of dollars. So it says C chart.
C chart. That's my cue.
What's a C chart?
C chart.
So I found this chart on Keeping Current Matters, and basically it just shows you just a slight change in interest rates, and then what that can do to your monthly payment, but moreover what that can do in the long term of your loan. So
3%, and that's only based on $100,000.
Yeah. So this first chart here is on a really low mortgage, only $100,000. If you can find a house for $100,000 a year,
Whoop whoop.
yeah.
Buy it.
3 of them.
Yeah, buy 3 of them. Yes, especially in our market. But as you can see, if interest rate went from 2.7 to 3.0, and 3.0 is still historically low.
What was the date on this? Because it says 1.9% home price increase forecasted by CoreLogic. When was this published?
I think this is very, very recent.
That's crazy. Think about that, a 2% increase. Because isn't that what it says, 1.9%
I think
home
today,
price increase?
by today, it means today. Like, I think we're at 2.7 today, I think. So, yeah, the projection is that in 2021, for those of you that are listening, interest rates will be around 3% instead of 2.7, so up 0.3. And if you bought a $100,000 house, that's going to end up costing you $8,643 more dollars over the life of your loan. I mean, that's a good little chunk of money. But if we step it up just a little bit and we get a house that's kind of more on the average side of where mortgages are in our neck of the woods, which is around like 300 or so.
It's even low.
Sure.
Yeah. So you can see there the change in interest rate is $25,000. So
And it's only 0.3%.
yeah, it's the same. Well, it's the same thing. They're predicting that 0.3 at the end of this quarter, Q4
So
of
buy
2021. So yeah, the question is, you're trying to save, wait for housing prices to drop and all of that. But ultimately, what are you saving? You're going to still spend $25,000, $26,000 more dollars if you buy later in the year, just because your interest rate went up. So I know there's a lot of people out there that are listening, trying to figure out if, housing prices are out of control, but there's other factors. There's the interest rate, which I think we've tried to talk about in the podcast, but I still think it's kind of like it's a hard concept to grasp if you've never had to deal with it.
Yep.
And I had one more slide. For those of you that are higher up on the market, for a $500,000 house.
43 grand.
Now,
Cheapers.
if you remember William Ryan Homes, they said that their starting price in the Stoner neighborhood, at least, was $460,000 for their base price.
Right.
That's before any add-ons or anything. So you can see even you want to build a house today, you might be looking at one of these $500,000 mortgages. And so
lock it in now.
Lock it in now, because otherwise, you could be costing
$43,000.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a lot of moolah.
It's a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's almost a full Bitcoin. Actually, it's more than
Half.
a Bitcoin have today. It's below 43. It's really sad, but
I'm
anyhow.
pretty sad.
let's see Matt's sad face there. Okay. Yeah.
His sad face was better before.
So that was my little market report for you guys.
Very nice.
Thanks. Do you have any thoughts or advice to people out there that are looking to buy a home? Why do you keep saying buy now?
Because what if interest rates go up?
Well, interest rates are most likely going to be going up. So it's hard to tell.
Your interest rate is almost more of a concern than the cost of the house at this point.
Mm.
Yeah, because it'll eventually catch up if you can lock your interest rate low enough if you're going to stay there long enough.
And I can tell from personal experience, since I've been doing the home buying process and now building. One of the things to look out for is if you're building and you're doing like a construction loan or something, depending on what type of loan you get, you might have to lock in your interest rate when your house is about being done, like closer to the end of the process. But I know if you do turnkey with William Ryan, at least, like if you speak to the right lenders, they might be able to lock in your interest rates as of today. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You can pay for your house later, but you get your interest rates for today. So that's another little factor to consider.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ben, did you lock in your interest rate?
We're locked in, locked and loaded,
Locked
ready
and
to
loaded.
go.
I need a locked and loaded sound effect thing here. I don't have any. The interest rate sound effect. Locked and loaded, Bob.
Yeah. Very good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we've probably covered everything today.
Good session. Great podcast. You guys are the greatest.
Well,
I'm going to move my $20 out.
We're gonna be great. We're gonna be great.
It's going to be great.
All right, you guys ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All the time.
All right, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in South Central Wisconsin, you know who to call. That's HomeTeam, the number 4, the letter U.
.com.
Wow, that was a long one. All right.
.com.
Oh, .com. Sorry. All right, until next time, thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.